my testimony. That's all I know to do, and I give God all the glory. Everything we have belongs to God. There's not anything that we have we did by ourselves. My son used to say, I'm a self-made man. I did this myself. I prospered myself. I said, Joe, God can lay you down in the bed and you'll find out how you are self-made and you did this all yourself. God gave you the strength. God gave you the help to be what you have become. My husband was sick for 13 years before he died. And I lost everything after he died. Lost the house. He was uninsurable. Had to get rid of all the furniture and all the personal items. And I was 54 years old, and I didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going to go. But years ago, I had said, Lord, I want to get out on a limb with you, and I want to see you take care of me because you said in your word that you would take care of me. I want to watch you do that. The children said I could live with them, and I knew it. I said, God, I'm sure you have a better plan than that. I can't be living off my children. You just have something more than that for me. You said you would take care of me. About that time, my daughter from Florida called and she said, Mom, we have an opportunity to sit in a house and while these people are gone to California, they're insurance adjusters. They need someone in their house. And they said, we've talked about it, we've thought about it, and we've decided not to do that. And I said, you think they'd let me do that? So she talked to these people, and sure enough, so that was God's open door for me. I packed my bags, headed to California. This was my answer. And it was in there that I completed the process of going into full-time ministry. But I want to back up a little bit. I started in this church here. Many years ago, I joined the church. I felt God called me to ministry. And it was this administrative council board that approved me to go into ministry. So I started here. Pastor Rankin Cook was the pastor at the time, and we worked together for a season until Don passed away, and I moved to Florida and completed the process. God has a plan. So at that time, I lived in many parsonages for the rest of my 14 years of ministry. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan for after I was finished with ministry. I didn't know. I just knew God had provided for me that far. He was going to keep taking care of me. It wasn't an easy thing. After Don died, I did all the things you shouldn't do. I left my home. I left all my friends. I left everything, and I moved to a new place. I went into a spiral into depression, and was depressed for a while because I had no friends. My daughter and her husband were involved in church, and they didn't have time for me. They lived too far away. And so it was just Jesus and me. So we would walk a lot, go to the beach. When I had some finances, all my income shut down. I had no income. But the house I was staying at, they had a pantry loaded with food. And they said, please, eat the food. The freezer was full of food. Eat the food. During the winter, the gas, I ran out of fuel. And it was cold at one point, and I had some friends come, and they found out that the electric company would help with some fuel. The gas company would help with some fuel, so they came and filled the tank with some fuel. And I had met some neighbors, and the neighbors brought over some food stamps one day. I went to see if I could get some food stamps. Lord, I don't know what to do. Do I need to go get some food stamps? They wouldn't give me food stamps because I had a car that was paid for. I said, but it's paid for. I got that car a long time ago. They said, it doesn't matter, you have a car. Go get rid of the car and we'll give you some food stamps. So that was wasn't kind of a no-brainer to me. I don't understand all that stuff. I'll say, God, I said, okay, God, you've got a different plan. It's not for that assistance. You are going to provide for me. So God took care of me all those years, and they were not always years of ease. And someone said, well, why would God let you lose your house if you're trusting God, and why would God let you lose the house? That's God's business, but I don't blame God. It's not his fault I lost the house. Why do we give God the blame when things... When you have a furnishings and you have a home, you don't think you're gonna be evicted out of there, or you don't think you're gonna have to leave, or you kind of in your little older years, Don had been in the Air Force for 20 years, so we kind of settled, and that was going to be the place we were going to stay.